Welcome back, everybody. One of my favorite things to do in the summertime is to head to the farmer's market and pick up some of those fresh and seasonal ingredients. But listen, before you head out shopping next time, you may want to think beyond what you're going to cook and maybe consider what you're going to sip on.
Here with cocktail recipes inspired by the farmer's market is the founder and beverage director of Liquid Culture, Monica Carbonell. Welcome, Monica.
Hi, ladies.
I think a lot of people, when they think of farmers market, they're like, oh, I'm going to pick up some fresh flowers for my kitchen or for my kitchen table. And we are going to start with something floral, but again, for a drink.
So it's really easy to incorporate florals into your cocktails. And I've actually created a lavender syrup for you. Now, the thing that you want to remember with florals is to make sure it isn't sprayed with any pesticides or chemicals. You can even order specifically edible flowers at some specialty shops. One other thing is that I love putting florals in ice cubes because it just has this beautiful dramatic effect on the glass.
We're actually going to start with that idea of florals all over the place in a drink because we're going to start with a gin drink, and you call this the Floral Melon Summer, which just sounds like paradise in a glass. So where do we begin?
So what I want you to do is grab your balloon glass or just nice wide wine glass, fill it in with your floral ice cubes, Mel, and then some of those watermelon slices, okay?
Yeah. These are so gorgeous, by the way.
Then we're going to add 1.5 ounces of the Scape Grace gin. Now, for my gin martini fans, this needs to be the next one on your list. It has this beautiful balance of juniper, spices, and citrus. So then we're going to be adding a 1/3 ounce of lavender syrup, which is super simple to make at home. All you got to do is add 1 part sugar, granulated sugar, with 1 part of boiled water. Give that a stir and then add your lavender sprigs inside. Once it comes to room temperature, strain it out and you got this beautiful syrup. Next, we're going to add 1/2 ounce of grapefruit juice, and then you're just going to top it off with some tonic water.
First of all, it looks so beautiful. Like it
looks stunning.
Like right? Like you can actually see the florals of the ice cube, and then they'll end up floating in your drink when they start to melt. Okay, cheers. I'm so excited to try this.
Cheers. Try it.
I don't usually drink gin, and I don't usually like grapefruit, but the fact is, altogether, they happen to work.
Monica, you had me at the lavender syrup. I cannot wait to make this because recently I just had a lemonade with lavender in it. And I was like, how do they do this? Now I know. But there's got to be some other flowers I can make syrup with. Huh?
Yeah, 100%. So you can use roses, and you can even just use a little bit of rose water to seal in those flavors. There's also nasturtium, which actually has a slight bitter note to it.
Okay, so next up, we've got a cocktail that focuses on the seasonal fruit section at the farmer's market, which is super popular, of course. And this one is being made with rum, which is a little surprising because that's more Mel's speed, I feel like. Mel.
Okay,
right.
So playing with rum notes, I really love, working with seasonal fruits and those spices because they work so well together. So we're making a peach daiquiri. Yeah, spicy daiquiri. Grab your shaker for me. I'm putting you right to work. Okay, so then you're going to grab those peaches and muddle it in, okay? You want to kind of get it to a full pulp. So we're going to be adding 1.5 ounces of the Chairman's Rum Reserve. Now, this is actually a rum that comes to us from St. Lucia. It has this really rich, dark amber appearance. It's medium-bodied with cloves, golden raisin, and chocolate.
This is my first time trying it, and I'm already blown away. It's gorgeous.
We're going to add a 1/3 ounce of pineapple juice. We're going to add 1 ounce of fresh squeezed lime juice, okay? And then 1 ounce of the Demerara sugar. Now, the thing with Demerara sugar is that it has this really rich molasses taste that really works well with rum. And that's why I wanted to use it here. Now is the hard work. You got to shake. Okay, so let's add your ice to your shaker.
Yeah, girl.
Yes. And give it a hard shake. Like your arm is supposed to hurt with this daiquiri. Just to make sure that we're not getting those peach strands, we're going to double strain this just to make this a little bit more refined.
Oh, Mel, you're going to be very envious of this one, I think. This looks totally profesh.
Cheers. You're a real bartender. Cheers. There you go.
Cheers.
Oh, my God. I'm so excited by it. Mel, you can do the rest of this, right?
Okay, yeah, totally. Yep. My next drink is a tequila-based drink with rosemary. And I need to know more about this because this is the first time that I am going to attempt using any kind of herbs with my drink. So why is this something that I should try?
Herbs is just a great way at dressing up those classic cocktails, but taking it to that next level. So think about a gin and tonic. And when you start experimenting with the different herbs and spices that you can add, it transforms the cocktail.
I'm going to make something called a pink smoke. It sounds mysterious. Show me how to make it.
You can use a Collins glass. So we're going to fill it up with ice and that strawberry, the half strawberries, okay? And then you're going to add 1.5 ounces of the 1800 tequila silver. Now with this, it's really important that we're choosing a tequila that's 100% Weber agave. That's what you know is a good quality product. So then,
oh my gosh, Monica, I'm just catching a whiff as I'm even pouring.
Then we're gonna add 1 ounce of white cranberry juice and then top it off with a sparkling pink grapefruit soda. All right, so obviously we wanna add our herb component. So Mel, what I want you to do is grab your rosemary. We're gonna lightly press it with a lighter, okay? I just wanna release some of its aromas, okay? And you don't want it to burn, you don't want it to catch on fire or anything, but this is just going to really release some of those aromas. And then as soon as you're happy and you start to smell it, throw it into your glass.
How, am I charring it? Like, I know I'm not lighting it on fire, but.
No, kissing.
No, just a kiss. Yes, just like a kiss, what Jess said.
On the neck, you know, when you get
and
in
then I
that
toss it.
nook.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, okay. That's
You're
nice.
going to start to see it smoke. Toss
yeah,
her in.
That's what I'm
Give
seeing.
it a stir.
Okay. And I put it in and I stir it with it.
Yeah, why not?
First of all, I just want to show, like, again, how pretty. It's just like a perfect, gorgeous color. Oh. Why is the tequila gone? It's not. It's almost like it's evaporated. Like, is that the rosemary that took the edge off?
You know what? The rosemary definitely helped with that smoke element. And you got the strawberries as well. That's going to help kind of bring in those flavors.
So Monica, we're going to end with cheese. And I think everyone always thinks about, you know, wine and cheese, obviously. But you are going to pair this with whiskey and beer? Huh?
If you haven't done a cheese tasting with a little sample of whiskey, believe me, you haven't lived yet. Just like whiskey, beer is a great expression as well to kind of experiment with the different styles and different types of cheeses. Now, I couldn't decide on what I wanted to choose for this segment, so I decided to actually incorporate both in a really delicious cocktail.
Monica, I'm so curious to try this. Where do we start?
Okay, so you're gonna grab your empty shaker and fill it up with ice and your whiskey. So we're using 1.25 ounces of Bushmills Black Bush Irish whiskey. I love them also because they're actually distilled in the world's oldest whiskey distillery since 1608. Yeah,
I love that.
We're adding 1 ounce of passion fruit juice. We're using half an ounce of freshly squeezed lemon. And then 1 ounce of the honey syrup. Let's give it a nice shake. And then we're gonna pour it over fresh ice in your glass. Now we have to add that beer component, our favorite part. So we're gonna grab Collective Arts Matter of Fact, which is their dry hopped blonde ale. Now, if you guys know me, that's a local brewery from Hamilton that I absolutely love. But you wanna stick with kind of those lighter ales with this cocktail, something that's bright.
This is so cool.
Oh my gosh, this is very intriguing. Very intriguing. I want to see what you think. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Isn't it good?
Let me go retire to the parlor. I'll see you later.
Well, Jess is doing that, nice. Monica. Jess said off the top that you would pair this with cheese, which again, my mind's getting blown at every turn. So what cheese did you send Jess to pair with this bevy?
So I actually gave her a smoked Gouda since we had a little bit of smoked flavor already, but Gouda I find works really well with these flavors. But you can definitely go with like a nice aged cheddar.
It's delicious on its own. And it's so even better with the cocktail. Holy smokes.
Monica, honestly, just the perfect drinks, the perfect time. Thank you for giving us these great ideas and more to think about the next time we go to the market.
Oh, my pleasure.
So we're going to put all of these recipes up on our social media channels so you can give them a go as well. And we'll be back right after this. Cheers.